Research shows that Gen Z, I would say, are suffering quarter-life crisis in their careers, and Australian businesses are seriously concerned about their preparedness for the real world of work. For more, we're joined by the CEO of Maxme, Renato Squario. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Aaron. Hello.
Hello to you. Talk to us about where we're at the moment and what we mean about not being prepared.
So, Aaron, basically, we're talking about this quarter-life crisis, and what it's really turning out to be is Gen Z are facing into a unique set of circumstances. Our world of work is exponentially becoming more complex, more uncertain, more volatile, and unfortunately, the very skills that our youth need to deal with this complexity and uncertainty are the human skills and the ability to deal with that complexity. But unfortunately, that's not getting taught, and those skills are getting, they're eroding. And so preparedness for work and the very skills that you need to be employable, job ready, and thrive in your career, those things are not getting taught until our youth are arriving in the situation, in the corporate. And unfortunately, the corporate's having to spend money upskilling them and getting them that job ready.
Yeah, very much so. And I would imagine that right now it's even tougher, right, where you have so many people in so many different situations and probably long gaps as well between employment.
That's right, Aaron. Our youth are leaving some form of tertiary education. 65% of them are not sure what they want to do next. So they're already facing into what is a stressful time, just trying to work out, what do I want to do? What am I about? What am I good at? And then having to face the process of getting a job. And you and I know that can be quite daunting. And then overlay COVID. You've got a very tight job market. It's very competitive. You've got a lot of people with experience in the market.
Absolutely.
And you're having to go against those people for jobs.
Yeah, and I mean, business must be concerned about this as well. And it's not really business's fault that we're in this situation where you're essentially going to have probably too many people, but there is also the need for younger people to come through as well. And if that isn't happening, I mean, the key question is COVID made it worse.
We know that demographic's been hardest hit by the COVID job losses. But the reality is, if you put yourself in the shoes of the employer, they go through a process, spend a lot of money recruiting. And then unfortunately, when the youth are landing because of that lack of preparedness, they're having to spend a lot of time upskilling them. And so if you are an employer facing two candidates, one who has got the experience and potentially those human skills, who would you go for, Aaron? I mean, we have a constriction of our employment market. People have to do a lot more with less people. You're going to need...
Is it the thing that might actually change the generation, though? I mean, Gen Z and millennials often get a pretty bad rap in the workplace, spoken about the lack of resilience and things. Do you think that COVID could be the thing that might snap the generation out of these things and to become harder workers where there's a bit more competition?
Look, I'm really hopeful, and I don't know that it's a lack of hard work, Aaron, but I do know that it's a lack of investment in themselves from that sort of human dimension. Yeah. Technical skills are great, but they are theoretical. Let's face it, Aaron, our youth are spending a lot of time in tertiary education theoretically learning what they need to know supposedly for work. But they're arriving and then they don't have the skills that they need because they're not investing in those skills. What I hope will really, really be the game changer, and this is why I've started my company Maxme, will be that we give them that human skill training much earlier. We make them employable. The very thing that they're in tertiary to do is to make themselves employable, to get a job and then have all of the security and the life that they want to lead. That's what they need. That's the missing link.
All right, we'll leave it there, Renato. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Aaron.